Hi friends and whoever else is watching this video. I just want to mention I don't have a microphone, and I did have a small one, but I stopped using it because it was so bad. It was making my voice sound really weird. It was probably just a cheap one, so my priority right now are to probably get a better camera. So I'm not really looking for a mic. I think my phone will be okay for now. Sorry for any noise that you hear in the background, or if my voice sounds a bit weird. I mean, most of the time I do think my voice sounds a bit weird anyway. That's probably why I don't do voiceovers very often, especially when it comes to doing a video like this. And this is my second time doing this voiceover, because the first time around I tried to do it and then the file got deleted, and then I wanted to sync it up to the video, and my files was showing up as not accessible again by Capcut. And I don't know what's going on. I think this is like my second time this has happened with my last video as well. So I don't know if it's a Capcut problem or if it's my MacBook just denying access to the files, but I've kind of sorted it out, I think, now. But anyway, welcome to the video. Starting off kind of chaotically, I decided to film this kind of sporadically. I wasn't really thinking. I just wanted to sit down and do a spread with whatever I had. I oftentimes do this thing where I'll just sit down and want to journal because I just want to wind down if I have a lot on my mind, and this week is definitely one of those weeks. So I sat down, and when I filmed this kind of video, I would usually just put music in the background, and then I would just do a time lapse, and yeah, it would be kind of like a chill video. But this time I thought I would do a voiceover, so this is very new for me. I don't even know if I'll be able to talk for 15 minutes, I don't know. But this is actually real time of me flipping through and doing this spread. Usually it takes me about an hour to do a journaling spread, but this time it actually didn't take me as long, and I think it's because I was just unprepared. I just kind of went into it without thinking. Sometimes I have a spread in mind, sometimes I don't. I don't usually look for journaling inspiration. When it comes to just journaling, or junk journaling in this case, I mean, what even is junk journaling? I mean, it's just stuff that you accumulate, or at least I do, because I'm a hoarder of just like random bits and bobs, as you can tell, and I just make a spread out of it. And I guess maybe this kind of stuff is not technically junk, maybe you could say, because I have taken the time to cut it out myself, and it's mainly just photographs and like scraps of paper and stickers. But I don't know. Would you classify this as a collage, maybe? I guess so. Maybe this is more of a collage than a junk journal, but I still classify it as a junk journal because I do sometimes add scraps of like wrapping paper, or like if I have some receipts and things like that, I just put them in there and make a spread. Yeah, at this time I was just kind of working with what I found around the house, to be honest. I've accumulated so much in the past 10 years of scraps of paper because I just get so attached and I don't really want to get rid of anything. So a little tip, if you want to start journaling, honestly just start collecting. Maybe be a little bit more organized than me, just put it in a folder or something. But I used to also collect these random stickers, and I still have some from like the albums that I didn't fill up. I miss sticker albums. I need to get back into that. Maybe that's more of a kid's thing, but I used to find it so cool. And then you would go to school and you would exchange like stickers with people that had the stickers you needed, and they had the stickers you had. So I remember it being kind of a fun thing to do at school, mostly in the bathroom for some reason. It was kind of sneaky. Anyways, so in my head, I kind of had a picture of doing a spring spread. I mean, I'm in Italy right now at my parents' house, so I try to work with what I have. And so the theme was kind of Italy, springtime, and Easter, I guess. I thought maybe I could talk a bit about journaling. So what really is junk journaling? If you're kind of new to it, which I don't know, maybe some people are. But basically it's just, yeah, like I said, junk stuff that you collect if you like stationery and stuff like that, and then you just end up going through it and making a spread out of it. And it's fun because you get to play with color, play with composition. And to be honest, most of the time journaling for me is a very kind of mental health related, so I try to not to think about it in a way that will stress me out, because then I don't want to do it, you know. I don't really put too much effort into thinking this has to look very aesthetic or this has to look very perfect. If a spread is just not looking right, I'll still continue with it. Like this one, to be honest, I wasn't really liking where it was going, probably because I didn't have anything in mind. I didn't really prep in my head. It was spontaneous. I just wanted to sit down and film it. So I think that's probably why I didn't really like it. And maybe the theme, I mean, springtime isn't really what I usually go for, so it was kind of out of my comfort zone. Yeah, I usually try to gather all the pieces that I like first, and then I try to kind of see where they go. So I found these two images that I really liked, and they gave off really like cottagecore vibes, Italian sort of country lifestyle. So I ended up cutting them up and putting them together. That made them look semi-good together. I don't know. I'm still conflicted with the result. I mean, I don't mind it, but I think it does look a little bit thoughtless because I added this Animal Crossing character sticker, which I probably shouldn't have. I think the white outline was a bit too harsh for what I was going for, but in the end, it's fine. It's truly only for fun. It's not really meant to be perfect or great or anything, and really that's why I don't post my journaling spreads anywhere online. I mean, I post art and I post like on YouTube now, and I used to post a bit of photography that I did, but with journaling it's more of a personal thing, so I don't really post it online or anything. I mean, you could say I still post it because I did post this one, but I do still have quite a few spreads in there that I haven't posted. Nobody's seen them, and it's really just for myself. I mean, if you are someone who wants to get into journaling, I would definitely advise to start off and not give yourself any expectations. Even if you do want to share it at some point, just have fun with it, you know? Maybe if I finish this journal sketchbook, I will do like a flip through or something. Yeah, so once I'm happy with the spread, I try to take things off delicately to try and remember where I put the stuff, and then I just start gluing it down, really. I think also maybe if you're starting to get into journaling, it would be nice to think of a theme, because I know when I first started junk journaling, I had a bit of, sometimes I have like a block where I don't really know what I'm doing, or I don't really know where to start. So I try to always start from the background and then work my way up. I try to sculpt it in a way that starts from the background to the foreground, whatever you want to call this. Sometimes the imperfections of journaling are kind of the whole point. I think that's why you call it junk. You kind of give it an, I guess, ugly name, junk journaling, to kind of take the pressure off. I think honestly one of my favorite spreads, including words, so even though I'm not a massive fan of poetry or anything like that, I just add random words sometimes to just add a bit of depth to the spread, and I usually end up liking it. I mean, in this case, I totally forgot about words or anything like that. I was just mainly focusing on like composition, and I added a few scraps of paper with words on them in the end, but it didn't really make anything better. In terms of inspiration, I don't usually look for any, and I know that sounds kind of counterintuitive, but because I try to let my creativity kind of speak to me, I try to just work with what I have in front of me. I don't try to look for inspiration specifically when it comes to collage, just because I just make subconscious choices when it comes to it. So yeah, I try not to look too much into inspo or stuff like that, because then you get influenced a lot, and even if you don't realize it, trying to, I think, just thinking a little bit, making the effort to do it subconsciously and make your hands take over rather than having to look for stuff, actually ends up making it more enjoyable, at least for me. If you do want to look for inspo, I would say probably look for Instagram accounts that post journaling, or maybe other YouTube creators that post journaling. I used to watch this girl who introduced me to junk journaling, or at least the term junk journaling. I mean, in terms of what she used to do, she had a YouTube channel where she would include a lot of photography and a lot of fabric scraps to her spreads as well. So that is something that you could do. Sorry for the shaky camera. I didn't bring my tripod, my long tripod here, because it was just not necessary. Looking back now, I probably should have gotten rid of the sticker. As you can tell, I wasn't sure where to put it, and in the end I ended up covering one of the bunnies, which I kind of regret. It's done now, so this is the spread, and I hope you enjoy this video.